While the Stanley Cup playoffs are in full swing, another tournament featuring 4 Predators players and 2 prospects is getting ready to kick off.
You're Locked On Predators, your daily podcast on the Nashville Predators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jack Williams. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. The IIHF World Championships kick off today in Switzerland, which will feature the likes of Ryan O'Reilly, Roman Josi, Justus Annunen, and Ryan Ufko, along with Jack Ivankovic and Ryker Lee. Today, we'll detail what to expect from these players in the tournament and some predictions. Also, does the PWHL have a chance of making it in Nashville if they have the opportunity to come here? But before we get into that, let's talk about the World Championships and what all has going on here. And seemingly in these past few years, this has been a must-watch tournament for Preds fans, as the Predators have not made the playoffs, and this is the only action that Preds fans are really getting in the postseason here. But you take what you get at this point, being that a team that hasn't been able to make it into the playoffs these past 2 years, you still have something to root for. There's still good things going on, and there's a few more faces this year compared to last. Few familiar ones from last season, but got a good mix here. 4 players, 2 prospects. Again, that is Roman Josi, Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Ufko, Justus Annunen on the Preds side, and then the 2 prospects are Jack Ivankovic and Ryker Lee. Ivankovic, a second-rounder goaltender from last season's draft, and then Ryker Lee is a late first-rounder from last season's draft as well. And there's a big youth movement going on between the United States and Canada. 13 players under the age of 25 for the United States and 9 players under the age of 25 for Canada. Both Ivankovic and Lee are the youngest players on their respective rosters. But before we get into those, let's talk about the players that are currently on the Preds that are going to be playing on the team. Big one being Ryan O'Reilly, who's been named an assistant captain for Team Canada alongside John Tavares. And the captain, out of all the names you'd expect from Canada and who'll be coming into this tournament, because Canada always has a really good team going into any tournament, Macklin Celebrini was named the captain of this squad just 2 years into the NHL, had a really great year this year, and just more of this youth movement that we are seeing from the United States and Canada to get these younger guys going, showcasing that they are the future. And here in this case, having 2 veterans really help out the young guy and understand the game, how to lead, and just get some good guidance and just helping them grow. And this is why Ryan O'Reilly is the perfect person to be an assistant captain on this team, especially working with a guy like Macklin Celebrini, very young. And just let's talk a little bit about what Ryan O'Reilly has done here with the youth in Nashville. That has been very abundant. Philip Forsberg spoke a little bit about it. Barry Trotz spoke about it at extent, is that Philip Forsberg and Ryan O'Reilly, from what we see, spearheading a lot of it and just welcoming in these younger players into Nashville. There's been a lot of them coming in and out of the system and saying, hey, this is your home. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Do not be afraid to talk to the coaches. Do not be afraid to talk to us. We want to be familiar together. We are a team. We are family. And that ranged from what we saw as reporters to Ryan O'Reilly holding little skill sessions after practices. And I wouldn't even call them little. It was probably 20 minutes after practice where Ryan O'Reilly and Philip Forsberg would be leading a group of these younger guys and just practicing skills, getting some one-on-one, some group work, a little bit smaller, not so team-oriented, a little bit more familiar in that the coach isn't running them, but this is O'Reilly and Phil Forsberg doing it, so there's a little bit more comfort there. They'd have lunch together. They'd just meet up and just basically got rid of any sort of barriers between youth and the old guys and said, we want you guys to be comfortable. You are a part of our team, and just getting that familiarity really in there. And that's why Ryan O'Reilly is such a good selection for this, in my opinion. It's a guy that has a lot of experience. It's a guy that's used to leading youth and being comfortable with young guys. He's also talked a ton about in the beginning of the year about Brady Martin, working with him when Brady Martin was in Nashville. And I'm very excited to see him work with Macklin Celebrini. This is the future of the league here. This is a kid that has shown a ton of potential. Is a very exciting player to watch, a lot of personality as well. Ryan O'Reilly is just going to be a great piece to ease him into this tournament, giving him the pieces he has to succeed, along with working together and collaborating to help Canada win a gold medal in this tournament, which Ryan O'Reilly has done. He's won the gold medal 3 times with Canada. Actually, I believe that's two gold, I believe, and a silver in that run here. Just a good piece leadership-wise, and just a good piece with this young roster. As I mentioned, 9 players under the age of 25. If Ivankovic is the young guy here, but just I love this pick a ton as assistant captain here. And, it's a little bit of a risk to put a young guy like Celebrini as captain, especially when Sidney Crosby came into the mix a little bit later, Ryan O'Reilly being there and John Tavares being there as well. But again, just valuing the future. And I cannot think of a better guy to help out and be kind of a mentor in place than Ryan O'Reilly completely. But on the other side of things, the other red and white team, that is Switzerland. And in a different sense, Roman Josi is a great selection for this team, and just he is doing everything he can. I don't know if he's verbalized it or not, but it seems like one of the goals he wants to have before he retires is help Switzerland win a gold medal for the first time ever in their world championship competition, mainly in the last 90 years or so. It's been a very, very long time since Switzerland's won, specifically at the top level for sure. And he just has a lot of heart and pride with this country. He is one of the, if not the only, from the Preds, the only Olympian that is going to play in the World Championships, because Eric Halla is not here, Philip Forsberg's not here, Jussi Saros is not here. It is Roman Josi going here. It just shows the pride and just drive he has for his country here to really get them to be successful and be at the top of the hockey world in the World Championships here. They have been so close so many times. They were runner-up last year to the United States, who won their first gold medal for the first time in 99 years in this tournament. And Roman Josi coming into this, you can tell that the want is really there. And just with his game, him getting a little bit later in his career, them being so close last year, him dealing with the injuries a little bit more, this is something you can tell. Even if he doesn't even verbalize it, you can just tell from the vibe that he gives off that this is something he wants to accomplish and do it bad. And that is why he continues to return to this tournament, which in the North American standards is seen as kind of a secondary tournament. Again, as I mentioned before, with the Stanley Cup playoffs going on, and this being all the guys that have missed the Stanley Cup playoffs or been knocked out early, this seems like an alternate option to do rather than go into summer vacation early. But just the fact that Roman Josi keeps on coming back just shows dedication. And I'll say it too, the Swiss have a good roster coming here. Alongside the European players, they're getting Nino Niederreiter, Jonas Moser, Nico Hischier, Timo Meyer. I mean, you have a really good bunch of Swiss players that have the same sort of dedication that Roman Josi has to this squad, getting into the mix here. And they're my favorite to win the gold medal right now. Kind of spoiled a little bit towards the end here, but this is a group that has come together. I don't think there's too much difference of guys that have left from last season's roster, last tournament's roster, and that they're going to push for this even more, especially, and left of the biggest detail here, they are the host nation there. They have a lot of momentum going for them, and does not surprise me that Roman Josi would want to be a part of this. If they can get gold here, it would be an historic moment in the history of this tournament. Massive. And, not to be biased or anything, but I hope Roman Josi gets to that for sure. Justus Annunen is one of two guys from the Preds that is going to be making his international pro tournament debut. Really earned the opportunity towards the end of the season here with the Predators, and just it really was a slow burn kind of climb for him. Started off the year really rough, continuously and slowly got better to the point where he picked up the Predators' only shutout victory of the year, was the hot hand to go to in these games that were the most critical for the Predators. And it just was a good moment for him, and getting him to set up this pace a little bit more. You have to think that Jussi Saros may have played a little bit of a role in getting on and in on this roster. There's a ton of Finnish goaltender options to choose from in this league. I'm guessing the Finns wanted to go to Saros. Saros maybe said no, but said, take this guy, have this guy. I highly recommend him. I would love to hear a little bit more. Saros is a guy that doesn't talk a lot, as we all know, but would love to hear a little bit more if Saros played a hand in this as well. But it's just another chance for him to prove that he is the face of this organization on and past the Jussi Saros era. Once Jussi Saros becomes a little bit older, showing that Annunen is ready for this moment, can be one of the top Finnish goaltenders in the league, and just continuing to roll off the momentum established towards the end of last season, and hopefully carry that into training camp and so forth, and just have the chance to really represent his nation and enjoy that. There is a little bit of competition as well, as he will be battling with Jonas Korpisalo for that top starting spot with Finland. So it's not just given to him. He's going to have to work for this, which is another great element to this as well. Good mix of Finnish players on this roster. This is going to be another team that is good too, but a massive opportunity for Justus Annunen, big juice here to really prove himself and continue showing that he's one of the rising stars in this league. Very slowly and quietly, but the energy, as we've seen from the past season, ramps up pretty quick, and it becomes very abundant. The final Pred that will be playing in this tournament, also making his international pro tournament debut, that is Ryan Ufko with the United States. Again, guy that's getting a massive opportunity here, really gets to show himself out. Slated to play on the third pair with Declan Carlisle of the Tampa Bay Lightning in the preseason. That was where he was with. The United States is still on its preliminary roster. They have not updated it as of May 14th. So I'm just working off of what I see here, but did get some playing time, did not get scratched in that one game that they had the roster lineups for. This is a chance for him to prove himself. Not really a young guy, but has a chance to learn a little bit more and playing with experienced NHL players. The United States, again, is very young, so this is going to be a big teaching moment for just about everybody on the team, and he's going to be a big part of that as well. And again, chance to platform himself. He didn't seem like he had any issues with transitioning from the AHL to the NHL this year. Dominated in the AHL and had a really good third of his season in the NHL here, and has a moment really to showcase his skills at the internationals level. So look out for Ryan Ufko too. This is another great player, similar to Annunen, who's worked very hard, and it's exciting to get more opportunities, especially at this level, and the ultimate chance to represent your country. But when we come back, we will talk about Lee and Ivankovic, the two prospects from the Preds that will be playing in this tournament, two youngest players for their respective teams, and we'll be making some predictions here. That will be coming up right after the break. The NBA playoffs are here and every possession matters. If you're looking to get even closer to the action, FanDuel has a great offer to get you started. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. I like using FanDuel during the playoffs because everything I need is right there in one place. You can check stats, trends, and matchups before making your picks, which makes the whole experience feel a lot more informed. Whether you're looking at player props or just following your favorite stars, it adds another level of excitement to every game. It's a really easy app to navigate, and it makes playoff basketball even more engaging from start to finish. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. If you've got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shot brings that nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. This is that classic cotton candy taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I've always loved cotton candy, but I can't be eating sweets all day. This is a perfect alternative. The flavor really does bring back that throwback fruity vanilla vibe, and it's surprisingly smooth. I like how convenient it is too. It's just a small portable shot I can grab whenever I need a little pick-me-up. It's become my go-to when I want something sweet without going overboard. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online now at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. So the two young guys for the Predators that are going to be in this tournament here, that is Ryker Lee and Jack Ivankovic, getting an opportunity of a lifetime here. We'll start with Ryker Lee here, again, part of the youth movement. Finished up a very impressive season here with Michigan State. Already scored a dazzling, fantastic, nasty goal with the United States in pre-tournament play. Nice move to the backhand, being able just to hold onto the puck, navigate the puck, and just really tight, small areas, get the backhand and have it go right, and fantastic, and just continuing to showcase just how good he can really be. Ryker Lee, just fantastic, and just proving that he is the future of, in my opinion, not just the future of the Predators, going to be a future star in this league. There's a lot to look forward to with Ryker Lee, and there's a lot of excitement with this kid, and he has a chance to really showcase that in this tournament. He is one of 3 guys that played college last year that are going to be playing in this tournament. Danny Nelson, who played with Notre Dame, is a 2023 second-rounder selection by the New York Islanders. Max Plant, Minnesota Duluth, 2024 second-rounder by the Detroit Red Wings, and is the 2026 Hobey Baker winner. He's the youngest player on this roster, as I mentioned. He is 5 days younger than James Higgins, so that makes him the youngest player on this roster. But again, amazing opportunity. He's already doing it to showcase his skills, those stick handling skills, just all what he offers and all that excitement. This is the biggest platform that he has right now to do that, and a great opportunity that he needs to seize, and will be so exciting. I hope he scores a ton more goals like he did in pre-tournament play. It'll be so awesome to watch, and will really show how pro-ready he is depending on how well he performs. I mean, this is a pro tournament. This is the closest he's going to get to pro play right now. That's not the NCAA. This is a massive chance, as I've said over and over again, for him, and just a great opportunity overall, and just firepower, just those skills. This is the best opportunity and chance for him to do so. Jack Ivankovic will join Team Canada, and this is another player that the Preds have really landed well on specifically. Just another young player, as we mentioned before. He's coming off a phenomenal year with Michigan and has the chance to play and learn behind Cam Talbot. That's the big thing that stands out to me as well. Might not be the best player in the NHL right now, might not be the best goalie in the NHL right now, but this is a veteran of the league that Ivankovic is going to have a chance to really watch and learn from and answer questions, practice from, get to be really familiar with, and just, add more depth to his game for sure. That's the biggest part of this as well, especially with guys like Lee. Not so much with the United States, just because I'll hammer away on this even more. It's just the United States is so young this year. Which there's nothing wrong with that at all. But there are learning opportunities for Ryker Lee, of course. I mean, the big name that's going to be on the United States, I believe, right now that stands out is Matthew Tkachuk. So that's someone they can learn from as well. But again, the U.S. is so focused on this youth movement that that there isn't too much opportunity to learn individually like this, where Jack Ivankovic has an opportunity of a lifetime really to really work with a guy that's so veteran like Cam Talbot before. I don't think Ivankovic's going to play a ton, but listing down the games that I think we might see him or he has a little bit more of a chance to work in, that will be against Italy on May 16th or on against Norway on May 21st. Italy is the last team to qualify for this tournament. And Norway, I think, is second to last or third to last. They are pretty close and being one of the last teams to qualify in this tournament as well. Kind of doing the math and putting it together like that, you would guess the youngest goalie, the goalie that's kind of third in the tandem, will get the opportunity to do this. So Ivankovic, in my opinion, will get a chance in one of those games, or who knows, he might play really well early on and they might want to get him running a little bit more and see what he can do. So I'm excited to see what Ivankovic's going to get in here as well. Italy would be the best bet for me, but that game is so early on. That's going to be the second day into this tournament. Norway would be a little bit more safer, but I don't know. We will see how much play these two prospects will get for sure. But as for my predictions, I gave one away early here. I think Switzerland's going to win the entire tournament. Roman Josi is going to bring gold back to Switzerland, bring it to Switzerland for the first time, and gold back to Nashville as well. Just they're the host. They've been so close so many years. This is just an opportunity for them to seize an awesome moment for them just in general. I think this is the moment to seize and take for Switzerland, and this could be really, really cool. Canada has a really good roster. You can't count out a team with Sidney Crosby, John Tavares, Ryan O'Reilly. I mean, there's some really good pieces on Canada. They're always going to bring a good squad no matter what. I think Canada is a good team as well. Finland has a lot of good in the mix as well. The only team that I just think is going to be out of it is the United States. Last year, it seemed like the United States really wanted to go for gold and really stack up and put a solid team together and try to win the whole thing, and they did. This year, it's a little bit more of it's about this future moving forward and building for that, hence the young number of young guys here, and I don't know if that's going to get them very far. They could surprise me completely, but I don't think the United States is going to be as much in the picture here as they have been in the past years or as in last year. But Switzerland is my pick to win the gold medal in this tournament. Best Preds player coming out of this tournament, I think it's going to be Roman Josi or Justus Annunen, just because they have the biggest opportunities here. Roman Josi to be, once again, a national hero for Switzerland. And again, just accomplish something that's never been done before. And I think he's going to have a lot of momentum and energy to ride off of. And then Justus Annunen, again, has a chance to be competitive here for the top spot and seizing that top spot, see how much momentum he carried over from the end of this past season into this tournament, and possibly have a breakout moment here and showing that he can be and will be one of the best goaltenders in the league. This is his moment to take as well. I know I've been saying that over and over again, moment to seize, take, blah, 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 blah. But it's a great opportunity for Justus Annunen. I think him and Roman Josi have the chance to be two of the better players in the tournament, into more detail, more two of the best Preds players to come out of this tournament as well. But if you guys want to watch these guys play, the United States will be playing Switzerland at 1:20 p.m. today. 9 a.m., Finland and Germany will play, so Justus Annunen may get the start there. Canada and Sweden will play at 9 a.m. I do not think Ivankovic will play in that game, but you will definitely see Ryan O'Reilly as well. And Switzerland, U.S. and Switzerland, again, I left Roman Josi out of that too. Ufko, Lee, Josi, 1:20 p.m., so you can see those guys there. But that's the best way to watch them. Unfortunately, I think I left this disclaimer out last time I was writing about this. This tournament is not very easy to access. This is what happened at the World Juniors. This is where this came in. This tournament's not very easy to access. I think it's only available on NHL Network. I think Fubi or Tubo or whatever those streaming networks are, those very obscure ones. I think you can get it there. Last year I watched, I think, the gold medal game, and that's where I got it through. So there are other ways to access it. If you have NHL Network, you can watch it in its completion, what's so not. It'd be nice if ESPN will broadcast this, but they have no investment in these IIHF tournaments. I don't know if it's contract deals. I don't know what it is. It would be nice if they can broadcast this and not just on NHL Network in the United States, but I'm not going to get flustered about this. It's difficult to watch this. If you have an NHL Network, you're golden. If not, you got to get creative with it. And sympathy to you. I will be getting creative with it, as well as I do not have NHL Network, but I will be keeping up with the results as close as I can. But anyway, that will wrap up our World Championship talk. In the final segment here, we're going to talk about hockey in Nashville, specifically the PWHL. And does Nashville ever have a chance of landing a team? Does Nashville have a chance of landing any other second team and expanding hockey in this market? Seems like a conversation that's risen a little bit more as of late, and we'll get into it, absolutely, especially living here locally. I think it's very important. Would love to chat with you guys a little bit more about that. But anyway, that will be coming up right after the break. If you've ever opened your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Keep track of subscription spending, and bills can get overwhelming fast. That's where Rocket Money comes in, helping you take control of your finances all in one place. It tracks all your subscriptions in one spot and can help you cancel the ones you don't need with just a few taps. It automatically categorizes your spending so you can actually see where your money is going, and you can set budgets, get alerts, and stay on top of upcoming bills. It just makes everything feel more organized and gives you a clearer picture of your finances day to day. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join rocketmoney.com/locked-on. That's rocketmoney.com/locked-on. Thank you for making Locked On Predators your first listen of the day, and thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. You already live your team every day. Now take it up a level and go ad-free. Join the Everydayer Club today and get Locked On Predators with no interruptions, members-only Discord access, and more, all for just $5 a month or $50 a year. Go to lockedonpredators.supercast.com or check the link in the show notes to learn more. All right, so I'm going to get on my soapbox here and talk about this, and we might get a little overboard, we might get a little passionate, and that's fine. It's just I care about hockey, and I like having the sport around. I think all of you like having the sport around and would love to see more of it, especially with a team like Nashville lately, where they're falling out of the playoffs or they're not making the playoffs a lot. It'd be good to watch a team and enjoy the sport a little bit more beyond April, whatever. Vegas landed a PWHL team, which is, in my opinion, very shocking because we think about it a little bit more in that LA doesn't have a PWHL team. Florida does not have a PWHL team. I don't know why I keep messing that up. Philadelphia does not. Chicago does not. I mean, there's some major markets you're missing here that don't have teams, and Vegas is landing one here, which is head scratching. And the thing I want to get into with that too is I think this really worked in the Vegas market because they were good off the bat. If this PWHL team is not good off the bat, I would love to see how this fan base reacts to it, because this, from covering that team and being in that market, those fans, if that team starts losing in any sort of definition, the sky is falling and everything else. And I think there's a push for hockey out there completely, but they like winning hockey. I don't know if that region has ever seen a losing hockey team before, and I'm very interested to see how that would go over. Now, why am I talking about Vegas on a Nashville podcast? I think, in my opinion, that if you have a team in a market like Vegas landing a team, Nashville should even be ahead of that. And again, a lot of that goes on Vegas is because that team out there, the Golden Knights, have been successful since their conception. And it's like Vegas. You're winning a lot. You're winning over and over. You're cashing in and stuff like that. And suddenly stuff can crash and you don't know what it's going to be like. Here, we've seen the team be bad and the fans remain passionate here. And, stressful, what's so not. That Bridgestone Arena stays pretty full, especially to someone who's been to the majority of the home games this season. y'all pack it out. No matter how bad this team, no matter how good they are, there's a good crowd coming in there constantly. And I know it's the appeal of Nashville and the city, what's so not. But either way, there's a lot of Preds fans in here. And that puts me into the conversation, looping it back around. And I think this market is worth trying out with a PWHL team, mainly because there's a drive from the fans for more hockey here. And just the NHL really hasn't given it over, for lack of a better phrase. This team has been in here since 98. Yes, the All-Star games come here a little bit more. The drafts come here, but it has not been platformed the same way as Las Vegas has. And just putting the AHL team here and then putting all these events here and now bringing a PWHL team here. This is a market I think is bigger than Las Vegas. I think there's a equal, if not higher, hockey stance. It's definitely more established here in Nashville, and it deserves to have a chance to push a little bit more. And the PWHL team would be a good introductory piece. And the big thing with it, and we could jump into it a little bit more, is that you have an arena that I've been to in Clarksville, and I understand Clarksville's a little far. It's not Nashville, but there's teams up there that play under the Nashville name because Clarksville's kind of in the Nashville metro area. F&M Bank Arena, which is gorgeous. It's very nice. It's very new. It's not huge. It's not Bridgestone Arena, but it's a very nice arena. Fitted for hockey. This is where the Preds play their Gold Star Classic. There's a massive opportunity to put a team there completely. And I think a PWHL team would go there. And then moving further on from that, move the Gladiators there. Move an SPHL team there. I think it's worth talking about a move from Atlanta to Clarksville or back into the region because the Preds have their minor league affiliates so spread out. That team in Milwaukee, you have a good fan base. I don't think it's worth moving that. That team has been there forever. You're getting a lot out of the fans there, and it's just very far, and that team's been around there forever. That team is not going to move. But Atlanta, it's just, you have the NHL coming back, thinking about coming back in the next X amount of years or what's not. They're going to try again at Atlanta. I just know it. You had an SPHL team that was just added to Athens, which you can argue is not far from Atlanta. And then finally, I mean, you have an ECHL team that you can move around a little bit more. Have the flexibility to move it up to Clarksville, or I don't know, move it somewhere in Nashville, build a new arena. But you have a prime ECHL arena, a nice arena that could act as an ECHL arena just sitting there. It'd be nice if they'd move the Gladiators over there as well. I understand Atlanta, they have a bigger arena there. It's a bigger market, money. That's what makes this entire thing go. But it would be great to see another team get into the Nashville market because the demand's here. I feel like the demand is here completely. I think Pradhead, one of the fan accounts on Twitter, who's great, by the way, mentioned that with the PWHL team, it's the whole thing of just, I don't know how well a women's team would do in the Nashville market. And I understand the hesitancy completely, but I'd love to see a women's team here completely or another team here as well. I think Nashville's just a very underrated sports city. You see the Nashville, I almost said Nashville Sounds. There's a baseball team. They get a good crowd there, but like Nashville SC brings in a lot of fans. The Preds bring a lot of fans. The Titans fans stay loyal here. Who am I missing? Vanderbilt has a good crowd too. I mean, the colleges do well here too. I think it's worth trying to make a little bit more effort to bring another team into this market a little bit more. Because from what I've seen, like, from the fans on Twitter specifically, y'all are loyal. And the fans that listen to this podcast, y'all are loyal. Y'all are compassionate. Y'all want to see more hockey. And if it's Predators affiliated, this seems like it's a missed opportunity not putting another team in here, whether it be up in Clarksville or Murfreesboro, what's so not. I think if it's a PWHL team, an ECHL team, an SPHL team, I think this area would benefit a ton from adding another squad into it. But looping it back around, the reason why we're having this conversation is because Vegas landed a team, and that's confusing to me. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Locked On Predators podcast. At Jack G. Williams is where you can find all my stuff, if I can say my own name. Hockey News Nashville Predators, that's where you can find all my writing and what's so not. If you guys are just interested on Locked On Predators, Twitter, we are at LO_Predators. Facebook and Instagram, we are just Locked On Predators. And hey, that Everyday Air Club, it's $5 a month. $50 a year. It's built for our most loyal fans, ad-free audio, members-only Discord access, and more. It's, again, all built for our most loyal fans. thankful for y'all, grateful for y'all, appreciative for y'all. This is kind of a fun episode here talking about the World Championship. It's one of the few things going on in Preds land, and adding more teams, more hockey into the Nashville market as well. If you guys, I would love to hear your opinions, basically, as I'm trying to figure out how to get this out. My nose is all stuffed up. But I'm interested in what you guys feel about more hockey in Nashville. Will it work? Where should it go? Do you think Bridgestone Arena would be open to adding another team into there, being like a minor league team that would play on the off days? I know Tennessee State's supposed to have a college squad, Division I coming in here as well. That doesn't look like it might happen, but who knows? But anyway, would love to hear y'all's opinions. And if you want to submit them in the mailbag, please do. Link is available in the description. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week on more episodes of the Locked on Predators podcast.